Hey, Pico, you're with Scott, the executive producer for Rift, and you guys have a new expansion. Tell us about it.
You bet. It's an entire expansion called Storm Legion. It is the biggest piece of content we've ever developed. The world will be, it's twice as big as the existing world, so the world will be 3 times larger the day it comes out. We're redoing the way people level up in Rift with more than just quests. We've got entire new levels of dynamic content. We have new rifts. We have what we call carnage quests. We have instant adventure all the way through. So people really get to customize their own experience, and they get to do what they want to level up and explore this amazing new world.
Are you changing any of the in-game mechanics other than the aesthetics and the beautiful new areas, which hopefully we can talk about? But are you changing the gameplay at all?
We really are. What we've done over the last couple of years is we've been stacking up all of these changes that we knew we wanted to make, that players have been asking for, that we knew were going to take too long to try to put them into a live update. And so there's a bunch of changes that we're making across all of the souls that the idea is to make them more playable, more fun. One of our most popular requests, just as one example of the many things we're doing, some people have decided that our bards aren't the greatest, most fun experience in the world, but making them fun would have been too big for a live update. So instead, rebuilt them and redid all the abilities, and they're now a super fun experience. And so we've done that across all the souls, as well as introducing new and more interesting souls for all the callings. What else have we done? We're changing the way our planar attunement system works, which is our post 50 advancement, addressing a lot of user issues with that and our own issues with it. And honestly, I could go on and on for about a year, but there's a lot of stuff in this expansion.
You're also raising the level cap, right?
Yeah.
Up to 60?
Yeah.
And, okay, before we go on any farther,
Yes.
you mentioned the fans a couple times.
Yeah.
How important is their feedback? Like, first, where do they leave feedback? Like, do you have forums or something?
Yeah.
And, how important is the feedback for you guys?
Fan feedback is probably, it's the most important thing that we have. It's not just what people say, but what they do. We pay attention to both. Obviously, MMOs, since it's all on a server, it knows everything everybody's doing at all times, so we can get, real-time feedback just from what people are doing, and what they enjoy doing and what parts they don't like so much. What souls don't get played, what zones get played more than others, which warfronts get played more. So we get feedback from the game itself. We have feedback in-game that players leave every day, which I don't know if, some people still don't believe this, but lists of that get mailed to every developer on the team every night, automatically. And then obviously forums, and every time anybody like your wonderful self does an article or an interview with us, we clearly pay attention to all that feedback too. I'm not, we're not 100% feedback driven, but boy, are we feedback influenced. Yeah.
Perfect way of putting it.
Cool.
So back to the environment.
Yeah.
Just what is it? Like, what are you adding? What are these new territories? What do they look like?
So yeah, there's 2 new massive continents. One is called Bravane. The other is called Duskin. Bravane is the best way to describe a large part of it is an abandoned city that has since become overgrown and taken over by the planes, and a lot of the story that you're going through is figuring out what the hell happened and who made it happen and how that ties into the overall story of the expansion. And then the other continent is called Duskin. Duskin is very super, it's dark, it's death touched, it's a little more gross. I'll just come out and say it. When you have a place in the game called the Pus Swamp, it's and that's.
Is that your idea?
That was not my idea. We have far more disgusting people. Far more creative people who come up with that kind of stuff. When you have decorations out in the world and props that are actually gigantic sets of teeth, there's some real winners out there. Gigantic, massive behemoth bones. It's amazing.
I assume you're going to be adding new skills as well since you're upping the level. What are some of these, and how does it affect the balance of each player?
And that's a big part of why we have to make all of our more sweeping class changes all during expansions. Because when we add more levels, add more power, add more cool abilities, it really does. It really does, have at the risk of throwing things off. So everything's got to go back under the balance pass. And our goal in all of this is to make sure we don't we actually want to make sure that we have maximized fun, not maximized perfect balance, because obviously perfect balance is no fun for anybody. So it's making sure everybody is slightly overpowered in their own unique and awesome way.
So I love asking this question, and I hate asking this question. Is there like a favorite new ad that you put into this game? I don't know.
A favorite what?
Like something new that you added in this expansion.
Jeez.
I know it's tough, but anything at all.
I like it all is the problem. I mean, I've been playing our, I'm a hardcore player of our existing game, and I've been finding myself missing more of the expansion every time I go back onto our live servers. And I really have to say the new souls that we've put in are huge and fun to me, and playing in all of this new space. Those are so I got to give you two. Those are my two favorites.
Nobody loves this game more than you guys love this game. Every single time I do an interview with Ryan, you guys are awesome. You're so enthusiastic.
Thank you.
Where do people find out more information?
So more information at stormlegion.com. And by the way, there was one actual important thing I forgot to mention entirely. Our dimensions. Have you heard about these things? So dimensions to us we wanted to give players a place to call their own in Talara, and so you can go out and you can obtain a dimension of your own, which is an actual space in the real world, which you can build up, customize. We have building blocks, we have props, we have trophies, we have crafted items, we have items that change the environment, items that change the skies, items that change the music, and it's a pretty excellent system, and it's going to give people a way to spend. A new and exciting way to spend time in Talara. So yeah, that is also another favorite.
Are you going to be able to invite your friends over?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can invite friends over. You can own them. Your guild can own them. You can assign certain privileges. So if you and I were buds, and I wanted to give you like the ability to pick up and put down and rearrange stuff in my dimension, I could do that. At the same time, if you didn't want me to do that in yours, you could tell me to go piss off, and that would just work.
I would never do that.
Well, thank you very much. But yeah, it's a pretty cool system.
Thank you so much. An honor as always.
Absolutely.